them. I was inspired from my questions from, I think, Monika's email about just some of the questions that I have, because it played a really big role in your development. So first question, which I think is super important that everybody needs to know, is you mentioned that in Slovakia, the people have lower levels of trust in general. I'd like you to just describe that in a few sentences and give one example, and then talk about how you overcame it.
Everybody else here speaks great English, so please be trustful or be... I'm very humbled to be here, first of all. Thank you very much for inviting us here. And I was trying to get my message through the email to Justin or to everybody else that Slovaks, or the way I see myself and other people in Slovakia, is that we have gone through difficult times, socialism, and I'm sure there are other countries here that can relate to that, and we had to stay in one sort of line, and like Susan was saying or mentioning, as soon as you got a little bit higher or a little bit shinier, then you were just pushed down because there were really punishments for you. So for me, really to have this opportunity, to have the oils, to express myself really, is just very humble experience, and I'm not going to let it go.
For me, communism ended when I was 11. So my life experience is a little bit different than Monika's, and so is my perspective of the people, because of my life experience. But as Monika was saying, that is an issue that people have to risk, as Liz was saying, risk being vulnerable, risk being unique, trust that it will be okay, to be unique, because we were really, who was unique was just, kind of cut to be shorter or to be longer. We needed to be the same. So yeah, I agree with that.
Thank you. I think the reason I like to talk about that is because many cultures across the entire planet have a low trust. Even in the United States, we have a low trust of certain forms of business. If people find out about the kind of business that we're doing, they automatically throw all kinds of things on you that aren't true, right? And you've been able to overcome that trust. So tell me a little bit more, and tell them about getting started. A little bit of the process of just getting started years ago.
Our both stories are completely different. We were in it together from the beginning, but for me, when first Sharon, actually it was a little bit before Sharon, I met a friend that was using oils. She was rubbing oils on her son's 18-month-old son's feet, and it smelled so wonderful, and I was like watching this strange thing happening, and I was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm rubbing lavender on my son's feet. Why are you doing that? Because Sharon said it will make him sleep. And I was like, oh, and will it make him sleep? Like, Sharon said it will make him sleep. So I kind of discovered that further questions I need to ask Sharon. but my question was if it if rubbing lavender on a baby's foot can make him sleep, will it help my mom's leg that, she had a different problem with her leg, like feet legs, the same thing. So I asked Sharon, and then she finally came, and then was like, use the oils, and my mom's problem was done in 3 weeks. Is that FDA approved?
We're not in the US, you can say whatever.
Okay. So yeah, the normal, usual problem, it was FDA talk, was done in 3 weeks. I was like, whoa! And I was like, well, wanted to learn as much as I could. And when people asked me, how are you? I was like, my mom's leg! And I didn't even know how, and people started coming and started going. And we were in it with Monika together. I little bit was kind of this experienced person, and the business side kind of came later. But it came, and now Monika can continue.
For me, I have to admit, it was a business opportunity. Yes, first of all, so you can imagine I did struggle at the beginning because I didn't know the oils, what are they all about, how they work, and that I can trust them, that I can trust myself to go out and do the doTERRA oil thing. So it took us about 3 to 4 months until my son really got healed from the oils, similar to what Adam was saying, but in a quite stronger situation. So, and then I realized, wow, this is so powerful. These are true gifts from Heavenly Father, from heaven, and I have this in my hands. So let's go out and share this with the world. So I'm on my journey since, and I really want every mother in every family to know about this, and she can choose, or people, father, mother can choose for themselves whether they want to use the oils or not. But I will make sure that everybody knows about the oils. And maybe if I can say a little bit more, I know it was issue about the price from the beginning in our country because we were paid quite poorly in the olden days. It's getting better. So to compare the high price of the oils to our salaries, it was a big issue. But some time ago, I think we were with Martina together, we went to a shopping mall, and it was in a really place where I didn't even expect to have a shopping mall there. And it was Tuesday, 10 o'clock, and it was full of people, and they were buying stuff. And I said, I will never, ever think about the issue of price in my head anymore. Okay? People have the money.
That was very inspirational, thank you. Tell me a little bit more about, you are on one of the strongest teams in doTERRA, and you have a star-studded upline, but you are on the other side of the world. So tell me a little bit about the thought process of doing this business with few things translated into your language, and with the support from the upline. How did it show up? How did you rely on it? How did you rely on yourself?
Yeah. When we started, first we needed to overcome the money issue. For like first month, I can remember the thought. I don't know if you ever heard of Alexander Dubček about communism with human face, but I was like, there needs to be doTERRA with human face, meaning less money for products. So I was like, well, there must be a way how to do that. And it took me about a month or two. Roger knows how long. Maybe 3, I don't know, 4. He knows exactly how long. Because during that time I was like, well, this business, I really don't like it. But when something clicked in my mind that this is actually right, it's good for people, it's done precisely as it should be. There is real human face in doTERRA. When that clicked, then there was no other problem. Because then a lot of people ask me, well, I'm from east of Slovakia and people have less money in the east than in the capital where I live. And what can they do? I'm like, what problem? Money? You know, like, who sees value in the oils will do everything to get them. And then he actually can make money. So really, when that first initial thing disappeared, then I can't even like think about this question again because it just doesn't make sense to me. I know whoever needs oils and wants oils will find a way to get them. And the support, Sharon was helping us a lot. She was like doing Skype calls with us and trying to overcome this hard time with us, being very patient and everything. And the first thing when we started was like, do we have any materials in Slovak? And we kind of didn't have to ask anybody, you know, we knew. There was no customer service in Slovak, so everything we need to do by ourselves.
I think we celebrated most with Martina that the customer service.
Yes, that was
language.
You know, like when we became diamonds was like, yeah. But when we had customer service in Slovak, we were able to have the modern essentials in Slovak, and you know, like amazing things, and it's so helpful for everybody. I remember that I asked the Roger that question. I was like, when will we have some materials in Slovak? And he was like, when you have 35,000 OV. I was like, you know, like when you have like 200 OV. And how do we get 35,000 OV when people can't have them in Slovak? So we started translating by ourselves, and it was Roger that reminded us, you're not translators, you're consultants. We had to be reminded a lot, you know, to not focus on translating too much, but really go to speak with people and do something. And Sharon was with us during that time and helped us, you know, as she could, and as you see, she was successful.
Roger didn't give us points for translating. He only gave us points for going out and teaching people and helping people understand life. Sharon, it is because of Sharon I know the oils. So I'm really grateful, forever indebted to Sharon that the oils came into my life and really healed my son. And it is very important that you speak to your upline, whether it's good stuff or bad stuff, as it happens. And actually it was again her, when we were already silver, but since we are two on the account, you can imagine, you know, the commission wasn't that great for the two of us. So I shared with Sharon, you know, my deepest thoughts and my deepest complaints and everything, and it was again her who came and did a great promo activity for Slovak team. So we just went from silver to gold, and this is very. I was about to quit, same as Adam was mentioning. So if you have ever any problems, just go and talk to your upline and bug him till, you know. And if he's not there, then you have to come up with your ideas, you know, and do it for yourself. But thank you, Sharon, for everything you did.
I love that you translated or you shared the quote from the man who was trying to get people to be communist. He said we need a human face for communism, and you changed that. We need a human face for doTERRA. And I wondered if there were any other adaptations that you had to do with doTERRA to fit your culture, or so that it can be embraced by your culture, or what do you see as some of the best things that are in doTERRA culture that speak to your culture?
Well, actually, what I see, I can name a lot of them, like many things, but what I see the best might not be like Slovak specific thing, but it's Monika's invention. She's so cool. And she invented this spa meetings with the frontline leaders. You know how much spa you can get and how much ideas you can get in a spa meeting with your frontline. But you know, we every once a month we meet and we take